Welcome to LearnAtBurn.tech, where in 5 minutes or less, we promise you will learn something useful to master your technology. Today, I want to tell you a personal story. But first, a little context. Those of us that are on the run and frequently stop for a beverage at places like Tim Hortons and Starbucks, we welcomed this whole process of appifying the purchase process. So when we show up, either ordering in advance so that the coffee is ready at places like Starbucks, or using the app to quickly and efficiently pay at places like Tim Hortons, we really enjoyed that. But there is an extreme weakness in that payment process because it is quite trivial for a thief to match the first 4 digits, which are quite common for prepaid cards like that, and to determine what's called a checksum digit at the end and come up with what would be valid card numbers, and then simply cycle through a random set of numbers of what would be actually valid cards until you find one that has a positive balance. And that is actually what happened to me personally. I showed up one day at Tim Hortons and my card was no longer working. And to my shock and surprise, my credit card was frozen. And it took more than $300 worth of purchases in less than 24 hours for the credit card company to decide by their machine learning that something wasn't quite right. And so they shut it down. So I took the history of the purchases, including the identification of the store number, and filed a police report. I have that number and I have all the records of purchases and even the location, and went and spoke to the manager because this was a matter of principle for me. It should not be this easy for a thief to get away with it. If the vendor makes a choice to make it this easy, then they have to carry the responsibility as well. But unfortunately, the video cameras at that store were not functional, so there was no evidence. And Tim Hortons will not refund my $300 plus in fraudulent purchases that came off of my credit card. So, my lesson has been learned, and I want to share this with you. Anything that has to do with automatic top-up, stop it. Because when a runaway set of purchases can be made fraudulently, then you might be on the hook, because the vendor may not have any obligation to pay you back, and you may have no recourse. So let that serve as a warning to you. It's wonderful when the convenience is there, but I would stop short of making the topping up be fully automated and let it be an interaction that requires you to manually top it up from an account rather than having it be fully automated. See you again next week. Bye for now.